Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about not being defined by our circumstances by taking some precautions and following through with building and maintaining a 72-hour kit. Okay, so first of all, I just want to throw this out there. None of this is sponsored. Nothing is going to be promoted. I'm not getting any benefit from showing you these things. So my hope is that you'll go out and find the things that you need and think about your price point, the things that you need for your area, and go ahead and make those choices on your own. Alright, so this whole thing started off because I was given some instructions on some ideas for a 72-hour kit, and as part of that, the person who was giving this training also gave us bags for free that were used by the military at some point, probably just in training exercises, but these bags were given to us for free, so I felt like I've got to, reciprocate here. They gave me a gift to use, to be used, and so I've got to now fulfill my part and actually put it to work so that it's not a wasted gift. So I don't know how that can apply to you in your situation, but that might help as find a bag or try to attribute some kind of meaning to starting this project. And that emotional drive will help solidify your motivation to keep going with this. So my recommendation to start is to get yourself a bag of some kind. It can be kind of small. This one's actually pretty small, and so I'm kind of packing this with just the essentials. So we need a dedicated bag for your 72-hour kit. Start there. Okay, so here are some of the things that I've been collecting for my 72-hour kit. I started out with a framework because I knew that this was going to be really hard for me to follow through with, because I've done activities like these before. I've gone to events and things like that, and they're really fun to go to, and then you leave and nothing changes. So the thing that I did that really helped out was I decided that every time I was going to go to the grocery store for the food for that week, I had to buy at least one item for my 72-hour kit on that trip. So that was a perfect anchor for like a consistent action on my part. And that actually took off a lot of stress, because all I could think of was, oh, I'll just get the next item on the list or whatever I happen to see. And that helps with spreading out the cost of the project, because some of these items are a little bit more pricey. So to dive right into kind of what I decided to go with for items for the 72-hour kit. First of all, we know that our number one need is probably shelter, and I honestly don't have anything right now that has that need satisfied. A space blanket is probably the best bet here for an emergency shelter, to keep yourself warm and provide some kind of block against wind. So that's the one thing that I'm missing right now that I am in pursuit of. The next couple of things are going to be food and water. Alright, so what I've done for food is I've given myself 3 opportunities for food immediately in my kit. We've got some fruit snacks and granola bar, and those are just for obviously really quick energy, and maybe actually more of a like comfort food, something to help calm nerves if that's an issue. And so those I probably would try to save, even though they'll probably go the fastest. This is actually a block of ration bars. There's 6 of them in this particular package, and it's got, I think it's like 400 calories each of these squares. So it should actually last maybe a couple of days. So if nothing else, we at least have something to give us the calories that we need to keep on going. And so that should at least help me out for 72 hours as I'm trying to figure out what's going on, or get to a safe place. Alright, so again, this is not sponsored. It doesn't matter what the brand is, but these are taking care of the water issue. My 72-hour kit is not big enough to hold maybe like a water bottle that's sealed and stuff. However, these are purification tablets, so that should enable me to at least go out and find some kind of drinking source, a good source of water, and then further purify it. Personally, I recommend boiling all of your water anyway and then using something like this, and obviously you got to read the directions for your specific product. yeah, so I just happened to choose these because they were fairly small and would fit well in my 72-hour kit. Obviously, choose the product and the brand that fits your needs best, and comes with proper instructions on how to use them. And yeah, so that covers water for my kit. I wear contacts, and so I felt it was really important to at least have, I think there's just 1 or 2 packets of contacts inside of these boxes. So I have at least, you know, a month worth of contacts here. And then I took the caps off of a bottle and I glued them together on top of like a plastic card. And I don't know if you can see this here. And so what I've done is I've hot glued it. So all I did was I cut the top off all the way down to the plastic rim of the water bottle, and then I got 2 of these guys together. I hot glued all around the inside here to make sure it's sealed on top of this plastic card that's in between the 2, and that way it could serve as a contact case. I don't actually know how well this works, so I need to test it out. But that is one of the things that I thought was really interesting about the particular event that I was attending that sparked all of this, was he said you should test out your gear pretty frequently throughout the year. Check batteries, obviously, but you should also try out some of these things and make sure that you know how to use them and that they work, so that you're not stuck in a crisis and suddenly all of your equipment is failing. So that's something that's on my to-do list, to try out and see if this will retain water and is sufficiently sealed so that it could act as a compact contact case for me. All right, so here are a couple of items that I've added. The electrical tape here is probably not as useful as maybe duct tape might be, but it could serve as a good sealant. It obviously can do a lot of things for electrical equipment and things like that. And I've seen I've used this kind of tape a lot, so I see a lot of use out of that. So I just stuck a whole roll in there because it was smaller than some of the duct tape that I've got. Another thing that I've seen people do instead is actually to get some duct tape, wrap it around a popsicle stick, and that actually serves pretty well to be a very small container for their tape. Another thing is, this is just a little handkerchief, bandana kind of a thing. Who knows what we'll need that for. It could be used as like a dressing for wounds, maybe to hold something or to carry something, or keep something sanitary. Who knows? There's a lot of uses that could come out of this. I had some quick hygiene little bottles of things. So we've got our chapstick here. We've got some shampoo just from a hotel that wasn't used. We've got toilet paper that is put inside of a gallon-sized locking bag, which is really nice because you can use the bag as well for whatever you may need, and it also keeps this nice and dry. Nail clippers, super important. I found this to be really important because I've noticed that I need these all the time, and I wouldn't want to be without these even for 72 hours. So I grabbed this, and I actually found a little keyring that I could just snap it on so that I can put it on the front of my pack. All right, so no kit, of course, is complete without some way of helping you with starting a fire. This is a magnesium rod and a steel striker so that you can strike and hopefully create a fire from the sparks that you get from striking these 2 together. This is another one of those things that you really want to test out in the wild, so to speak. As you're preparing your 72-hour kits, make sure you know how to use these and that they work and that you've got enough to get you going. Last thing I've got in there is actually just this little plastic baggie. It's just a grocery bag, but I just put it in there in case we needed to expand the things that I can carry. There might be some things that I pick up along the way, or that you never know what kind of container you might need. Maybe it's to store something that's kind of gross, who knows. So that was also something that fit really well in the go bag. Okay, so it's always cool to kind of dig around and see what kind of stuff people put in for their gear, for their go bags, their 72-hour kits, survival kits, whatever. So that's always fun to see. So those are just a couple of things that I've been collecting along the way. But the big takeaway I hope that you get from this video is that it's actually a lot easier to put things together, especially if you use a system kind of like what I did, as every time I go to the store, I'm either thinking about survival kit, my 72-hour kit, or some kind of cold storage. All right, so your challenge for this week is to go and make your own 72-hour kit. And I hope that's helpful for you. I hope that helps you actually be motivated and follow through. So there's your challenge, go do that. And I would also suggest that you take a moment to either consult with disaster preparedness leaders or community programs that are in your area, because there may be certain needs that you have that are specific to exactly where you're living. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and I will see you around on the next video.